Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles, and I welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, and entertainment, and where we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we have another interesting episode for you guys. You definitely want to stick around for this one. Make sure you go ahead and like the video and subscribe to the channel. Now, as y'all know, the Lakers season last year ended in a total disaster, and all of us right now are left here still trying to understand what exactly should be the next move of the Lakers, right? We're all trying to pick up the pieces and figure out what's the next thing. That's why some people are, why are you making the Lakers? This is what we're doing, right? This is what we're doing. Get with the program. People are interested about them, so we're going to talk about them. Now, some of the suggestions that some people have made has really created a lot of drama and conversation in the sports world. For example, just what I believe it was a day or two ago, just yesterday actually, we did a video where we highlighted a dispute that JJ Redick and Stephen A. Smith had on ESPN First Take, where Stephen A. Smith essentially threw out a proposal that involved LeBron James of the Lakers being traded to another team. JJ Redick heard that, and then he started saying, how can you say something so ridiculous? And this is going to another Lakers, and blah, blah, blah. And yesterday, I gave my opinion on that, and basically what I said was, Stephen A. Smith was speaking from the vantage point of the Lakers and, trying to go through all of the, the various options that they could possibly select if they want to get better. And that's just an option. He didn't say that they should do it. He said that they should consider doing it. And that was something that, stirred up a lot of conversation. And actually, when we posted that video on the channel, a lot of people concurred with Stephen A. Smith, like, hey, he's not saying anything wrong. He's just giving a proposal. He's just giving an idea. It's not that it's going to happen. It's just, he's just throwing out a suggestion. But now it seems as if there's another report that just came out today, and we're getting this from CBSSports.com, that basically is detailing or revealing the real reason the Lakers decided to fire Frank Vogel. And we're going to get into this article because I want to read some of what it has to say here. Then we're going to come back and react to it. So let me just get into this article here. The article starts off with the headline, Frank Vogel was fired by the Lakers in part due to the inability to maximize Russell Westbrook per report. The article continues on. Among the culprits for the disappointing Los Angeles Lakers season, Frank Vogel ranks near the bottom of most lists. While his performance was far from flawless, the general consensus is that he should not be blamed for the disastrous roster his front office put around him. It was not his idea, after all, to trade for Russell Westbrook. He didn't decide to build a team with 10 minimum salary players, yet he is now drawing the blame for it. He was fired soon after the season ended, and according to The Athletic, his handling of the Russell Westbrook situation played a big part in his ouster. According to The Athletic, there was a strong sense that it was on Vogel to make the Westbrook experiment work, and the fact that it didn't, it led to questions about whether Westbrook had been put in a position to succeed. The logic doesn't hold under any degree of scrutiny. The Lakers knew coming into the season that Russell Westbrook was a poor shooter and lazy cutter, and that would therefore struggle when playing off the ball next to LeBron James. They knew he was a poor defender as well, and asking him to slide into Vogel's defense-first culture was always going to be difficult. The Lakers, to put it simply, are blaming Vogel for doing things no other coach has been able to get him to do. The cynical explanation here is that the front office decision makers who laid off Frank Vogel were fighting to save their own jobs and needed a scapegoat. That, first of all, that is a scathing report. That is a scathing report that was just put out here. Let me see if I can just quickly find the writer, Sam Quinn. That's a fantastic article. It's a 2-minute read. You guys can go to CBS Sports and check it out. We're giving CBS Sports a lot of free press here, but you guys should go there and check it out. I think it's a fantastic article. First of all, I have a lot of questions about this report. Let's just get into this here. It is either the Lakers were totally unaware of who Russell Westbrook was as a player in terms of his skill set and his track record as a basketball player, or they simply used Frank Vogel as the fall guy because they didn't want any other heads in that organization to roll. What exactly? And this is why I was so perplexed when the Lakers were ranked as one of the top teams to come out, to win the NBA championship. I think the number one team to come out of the Western Conference. People were all over the place twerking it up, and people like LeBron James was, scolding people in the media and fans for questioning that roster, saying, keep that same energy and all of these different things. It's one of the reasons I am totally perplexed as to why were people so high on the Lakers all season. It makes no sense to me. And one of the things we kept hearing over and over and over again was, give it more time. Are we really going to make a decision or come to a consensus decision about this Laker team that they're bad? We heard this all the way up until January. People were still holding on to hope. So that's the first thing. Let's just quickly look at who Russell Westbrook has been at a glance over the years. And I'm going to give you guys his numbers last season. First of all, let's get into his numbers last season. Last season, Russell Westbrook averaged 18.5 points per game, 7.4 rebounds, and 7.1 assists. He shot 44% from the field. He shot 29.8% from the three, 66.7% from the free throw line, and that was pretty much it. If you look at his career averages, all right, Russell Westbrook for his career averages 22.8 points per game, 7.4 rebounds, 8.4 assists. He shoots 43.8% from the field and 30% from the three-point line. And according to these stats, is a 70%, think about this, is a 70% shooter. Now, here's something that I think you guys should really pay attention to. I want you guys to pay attention to this number here. Russell Westbrook, for his career, and I actually want to pull this up here from the various distances from the shooting. Right. I want to tell you guys what Russell Westbrook shoots from the two for his career. From 0 to 3 feet, Russell Westbrook shoots 50. What is it? Yeah, Russell Westbrook shoots 59.7% from 0 to 3 feet. Do you know what Russell Westbrook shoots for his career past from 3 to 10 feet and beyond? From 3 to 10 feet, that distance, Westbrook shoots 34.6%. From 10 to 16, he shoots 39%. And from 3 is 30%. You mean to tell me, before the Lakers decided to pull the trigger on this trade, they didn't do their due diligence? They didn't go back and look at those stats and ask themselves the question, wait a minute, how is all of this going to work? That's number one. Number two, the people that were twerking it up all over the place, especially in the media, y'all weren't able to unearth that information? There's no way you could have seen that information and still said, oh yeah, this is a fantastic trade. This team is definitely going to come out of the Western Conference. It's absolutely going to happen. I can absolutely see it. The whole thing is a joke. The whole entire thing is a joke. And I think Frank Vogel was the fall guy. But guess what? I think these problems are still going to persist because it seems as if these guys are still playing the same old games. Listen, I got a question for you guys. I'm at a total loss, and I want you guys to help me understand this. How did Frank Vogel all of a sudden become a bad coach? Seriously. How did Frank Vogel all of a sudden become a bad coach? Now the word is he can't get through the players. They need to get another guy out there that their voice can get through the players. So let me help me understand. So how did they win the championship 2 years ago then? Wasn't he the coach? Now, if you're telling me, no. They won that championship in spite of him. It wasn't that it wasn't his voice that was getting through to the players. It was LeBron. Okay, fine. Let's go along with that logic. Let's play the game then. If in fact it was LeBron, how did LeBron all of a sudden become a bad leader? What happened to his voice? Where did his voice go to? These are the games that they're going to play with you when they're trying to shift blame. And this is one of the reasons I am not high and I feel very uncertain about this Lakers team going into next. It's just a bunch of blame deflection. That's all it is. It's this guy's fault. It's that guy's fault. Let's go get Phil Jackson. What about him? It's a total disaster. The leadership structure in the Lakers, nothing makes sense. The firing of that coach made no sense. But now, since they said that, it was his voice that was the issue, well, he's gone. He's gone. Which means that next coach, guess what? If they hire you and it doesn't work out, guess what they're going to say? It's your voice. And you know the best part? Whenever they hire the next coach, if the consensus is he's a good coach, they'll still blame you if they underperform. That's how it works. It's always someone else's fault. And it makes no sense to me. So to me, listen, I think this thing it's already a circus, and we're going to continue reporting on it as the circus unfolds.